Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity, you crazy people, and today it's going to be a very different video than what I normally do. The title of this video might be a little bit, let's say, dramatic, because I think I might title it something like YouTube hurts smaller hobby channels or something like that. I'm actually fairly torn on this issue, but for those of you who don't know, basically YouTube have announced that they're changing the way that their YouTube partnership works. Now, a big part of that is monetization, but it's not the only part, so do keep that in mind. Basically, the TLDR is that they've changed the partnership guidelines. It used to be that you needed like 100 subscribers and 10,000 views. They're now changing it to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched, so not the number of views. Now, for me, I have two things mainly to say about this. Number one, if you like watching YouTube and there's somebody you see who's, well, anybody, but especially under 1,000 subscribers, subscribe to them. Just do it. Like, don't hesitate. If you just want to see, just subscribe to them. If they end up annoying you in the future or they don't post anything, unsubscribe. But just do it. They'll really appreciate it. They'll feel better about themselves. And it just helps. Number two, if you're a content creator, don't worry too much. Like, the reality is, I know I do have a problem with this. The money is not that much. It's not worth it. If you're on YouTube for the money, it's not a great idea. That's essentially like doing heroin for the health benefits. It's really like, it's an inefficient way of doing things. But I've had a couple of arguments with people, especially on Twitter just today, I don't dismiss the money. Like, $50 to me, maybe not that much. I have a full-time job. Kay has a full-time job. It's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like, oh, it's life-changing. But to some people, that can really matter. And I sort of feel like the people who are dismissing like $50, $100, whatever it is, maybe they've never been poor. Maybe they don't understand what it's like to have no money. So don't dismiss the amount of money. But if you're looking at that as like a long-term solution, obviously it is unlikely. Like, it's not feasible at these levels. You need to be much bigger before it starts being something you could possibly live off, especially in Western countries. So I just wanted to say that. Don't dismiss the money. Don't trivialize it, I should say. However, I think even though it's not that important to content creators, I just want to say, don't give up. Just keep going. If you make interesting enough videos and, your quality is there and people want to see it, you'll get to the requirements anyway. And if eventually it does become something more than just a passion, that's great. Now, I'm on YouTube mainly for the passion, right? If I wanted to do something like Sellouty, I'd still be partnered on Twitch streaming Pokemon. The reality is I didn't really enjoy that much. So, in the long run, I stopped it and I tried to find something that I actually really care about and really want to push forward and really love, and that's this, basically. So I understand, do it for the passion, but don't dismiss the money. So for us, for our YouTube channel, we've been probably making about $15-ish a month, maybe, for the last couple of months. Now, it's not a lot, but it is something, like it is like a new Star Wars Legion unit or something like that. So it's only a small amount, but, it can still matter. And now, part of my issue with this is that the new guidelines are in effect immediately for new channels, but for channels who were sort of already in the threshold of the 10,000 views like ours, we only have a month to now get to the new threshold. Like, they could have done this without taking it away from people. Like, just let us keep it. It doesn't really matter, like, in the long run. In 10 years' time, most of the channels who have kept it aren't probably going to be around, so it wouldn't have made too big of a difference. Like, don't take it away, is what I'm saying. And another problem with this is, what about the future, right? So the 10,000 views to this new requirement is pretty much like a 10 times increase in requirements. If they ever do another 10-time increase in requirements, keep in mind that requirement was I think it only came out last year. So imagine next year they come out and say 10,000 subscribers. There's a lot of niche hobby channels that simply would fail underneath that. There's not that many big wargaming or hobby related channels anyway. So if they ever keep moving these goalposts, could cause a significant problem. For now, it's not really a problem for now. It will separate people who are doing it for passion, doing it for the joy, from the people who are, you know, just out there for the money. But I always say, don't dismiss people who are trying to do it professionally. The people who want to turn it into a job, you can do both professional and passion. It is possible. So don't dismiss it. But, you know, a lot of people prefer the fact that people do it for passion first. And, you know, I think overall, I understand why they've got to do these kind of changes. You know, they don't want ads against people who have questionable content. But I mean, with the adpocalypse thing and the fact that Logan Paul can slip through the net, even though he's one of the biggest ones, you got to question is this really going to make the difference that they say it will? And I made a video just like a couple of weeks ago saying that wargaming and tabletop content needed its own Twitch. I said it needed an alternative to YouTube, and Twitch live streaming is a little bit difficult. And things like this, when YouTube do stuff like this, which all in all isn't the end of the world, as I'm trying to say, but, you know, if they keep doing this kind of thing, it could become more and more problematic. We have no alternative, really. It's YouTube or nothing at the moment. So it feels like I want to say I was correct. I was correct. You know, we do need some sort of alternative. I don't really know what that would be at the moment. They'd made a change where the preferred creator thing is now tiered to make it, you know, less likely that Logan Paul will do his thing. It feels like this is a result of Logan Paul. And if you're punishing smaller content creators because of some big guy misbehaving, that's a bad look. Like, you're kicking the little guys because the big guys misbehaved. That's almost bullying, I guess, but it's not as extreme as that. As I said, I think a lot of us want to do this as a passion, especially at these lower levels, but it's sort of, it's a slight kick in the teeth to these smaller content creators who are trying. Personally, it's nice for me to see some money going into my PayPal, $15 or whatever it is. And the other day we had 2 Patreons, in back-to-back, basically. And I was feeling a bit down on that day. And honestly, really brightened me up. And I know it's weird. It's money, and it's money that, I don't want to say not so much, because that really says a bad thing. But every little helps, doesn't it? Really, and most of the people I see saying this is okay are already minted. I think unless you're in the position, you won't necessarily fully understand. I think that's part of the problem. But I do think there are a lot of YouTube content creators who are trying to do something, and you need help. You don't need de-incentivized. You don't need to be de-incentivized. I can't say that word. You like having the reward, no matter how small it is or whatever. It's nice to have. And I'm very grateful to anybody who watches this, with or without ad block. I honestly don't mind. And the Patreons especially, I honestly can't thank you enough. I just wanted to say that. Oh, for us, as I said, the money is not too much. Don't worry about it. Me and Katie have full-time jobs. We will probably hit the new requirements approximately around April, so we'll get demonetized from middle of Feb to probably middle of April. But meh. It's bad times, and it's just as when Legion comes out. And I don't trust YouTube not to promote monetized content over non-monetized content for obvious reasons, even though they say that. But yeah, this has been a really rambly ass video, and I'll try not to monetize it. I don't want it to be monetized. I just want to say this isn't a huge problem, but it could be. And that's just something to take note of. We're in a niche-ish hobby. Just try and support both either your fellow content creators or anybody you enjoy. Any help you can give them, whether it's just watching their videos or subscribing, liking their videos, will be highly appreciated. Yes, don't worry about us. I don't want this to come across like I'm begging or anything. We are completely fine. Just keep that in mind about try and support everybody you can. We've got to build a strong community that actually helps people. And yeah, a lot of people be well, the people who this is gonna hinder are in it for the money and I don't want to support them. No, it's not. Like, I would like to say the people who are on Twitter and stuff like that who've been like, oh, $100 isn't much. If you want to drop me $100 right now, I'll take it. If that's pocket change to you, I'll bloody take that. To me, that's a significant amount. So, yeah, just try and support everybody, I guess. If you're a content creator, don't worry too much. Keep plugging away. Keep making your videos. Keep growing. Keep, they say grinding. Keep doing it. Keep enjoying yourself, I think, most of all. And if you're a viewer of this, thank you. I honestly, really, really appreciate it. And this is completely different from probably any video I've ever done, but I think it's really important for you to know that I'm super grateful, and I really want you to try and help everybody in this hobby. So yeah, anyway, rambly as balls, but thank you so much. Have a most beautiful day, and goodbye. Bye, guys.